Hello again, everyone. Welcome to Washington Gun Law TV. I am Washington Gun Law President William Kirk. Thanks for joining us. Hey, we are going to talk about something that is virtually impossible, well, except it may actually be possible now. And I want to see which one of you can pull this off first. We're going to talk about getting an out-of-state carry license in the state of California. What did you say? That's right, an out-of-state carry license in the state of California. So this is for everybody who lives in any state other than California. I want to interview the first person that pulls this off because, as you know, there was a lawsuit and then there was a injunction, and now there is a settlement conference on that injunction, and it appears that the state of California is gonna sort of give you the opportunity to do that. So today, let's spend a few minutes and let's talk about how to now carry in California in 27 easy steps. Okay, America, we're gonna have a race here to see who can make themselves so unique that they are actually like a unicorn that poops ice cream. What am I talking about? I'm talking about a person who could actually get an out-of-state carry permit in the state of California. We're talking today about the case of California Rifle and Pistol Association v. Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department. Now listen, there were a lot of plaintiffs that really worked hard on that. So we're gonna put links so you can all show them some love down there. But the plaintiffs on this case included California Rifle and Pistol Association, the Second Amendment Foundation, the Gun Owners of America, and the Gun Owners Foundation. What I have here is the trial court's order entering the preliminary injunction, and in this order is all of the instructions for how you now can obtain a California carry license. How does one do it? Well, I'm going to go through it with you, and here it goes. Residents of states and U.S. territories besides California who are A, members of the California Rifle and Pistol Association Incorporated, Gun Owners of America, Inc., Gun Owners of California, Inc., or the Second Amendment Foundation, and B, who are not otherwise prohibited from possessing firearms under federal or California law. So right then and there, yeah, you may reside outside the state of California, but if you're not a member of any one of these organizations, you do not qualify at the current time. The order then further states, upon proof of such membership, they are entitled under this order to apply for a California concealed handgun license as provided for under Penal Code sections 26150 through 26235. Now here's the thing. If you're going to be traveling to California and you have the audacity to want to defend your life, you will need to apply for this out-of-state permit in the jurisdiction where you're predominantly going to be, because the order also states non-resident applications must apply with the sheriff or chief of police of a California jurisdiction in which they intend to spend time within the subsequent 12 months and attest to that intention under oath in the application. Of course, you will need to show valid photo ID, which I find to be odd that you need to do that in order to get an out-of-state carry permit, but you don't need to do that to vote in the state, but I digress. Now, here's where it really gets tricky because, as you know, there is a permit to purchase scheme in California, and it requires live fire training. Do you have to go through all of that? Of course you have to go through all of that. This is California after all. So this order also states, to satisfy California penal codes, non-resident applicants must complete a training course that meets the requirements set forth in California law. If the local issuing authority where the non-resident applicant applies has not approved of any online training course, a non-resident applicant may complete an online training course approved by any other local issuing authority instead. So it appears that there will be online options for most of that training. But then let us remember, there is also live fire training. How are we going to do that online? Well, you don't get to do that online because the order also states, for the live fire shooting exercises required by law, non-resident applicants shall complete live fire shooting exercises for each handgun they intend to carry in California. A non-resident applicant shall inform the local issuing authority where the applicant applies of the live fire course the applicant intends to complete, and the local issuing authority shall either approve such course or suggest an alternative acceptable course within 75 miles of the applicant's residence. Hey, good news. The most you can theoretically travel is 150 miles round trip just to get the training so you can take your firearm to the state of California. Oh, and then let us remember that California has an approved handgun roster. So it doesn't really matter what you want to carry. It matters only what the state of California has graced you with the permission to carry, because the order also reads, non-resident applicants must identify on the application by make, model, and serial number the handguns capable of being concealed upon the person that they intend to carry in California, and such handguns must be listed on the license to be validly carried in California. And of course, to get a carry permit, they got to do an interview of you and make sure you're just not a complete nut job. So the order also states, a non-resident applicant may choose to complete the interview required by California penal codes virtually in lieu of an in-person, so long as the applicant appears by video and audio. And then, of course, you got to get fingerprints, so the order requires, in addition to the means set forth in the California Code of Regulations, non-resident applicants may submit their fingerprints on an FBI Form FD 258 fingerprint card to satisfy the requirements of the California penal codes. Oh, but then also remember that the issuing authority, they could decide that, well, you need a complete psychological evaluation before they can give you a thumbs up or thumbs down. Does the order speak to that? Well, yes, it does. If a local issuing authority has opted to require a psychological examination before issuing a concealed handgun license, the local issuing authority shall either conduct such examination virtually for a non-resident applicant, so long as the applicant appears by video and audio, or approve an examination provider located within 75 miles of the applicant's residence. And then finally, you are responsible for knowing all California laws as it relates to carrying firearms, where you can, where you can't, and things like that. That is obviously not unreasonable. I've always said that with any type of concealed carry reciprocity, it would be the gun owner's responsibility to know the local laws and remain compliant with them. So this order was signed way back on January 22nd. It went into effect 90 days from the date of signature, which was earlier this week, which means this now is technically in place. Whether the law enforcement agencies actually have the infrastructure in place, God only knows. This is California. I'm sure they're not doing anything to accommodate the gun owners. But, and we'll put our number right there, the first person to successfully pull this off and actually get themselves an out-of-state concealed carry license in the state of California, we want to hear from you. In fact, we want to do an interview with you. I'm assuming that it will be sometime probably in 2026 before we hear from you, because like I say, it is 27 easy steps. Listen, we're going to link up the order so that you can geek out on it for yourself. You don't have to take our word for it. The case, once again, is California Rifle and Pistol Association v. the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department. Link for that down below, links for all of the plaintiffs down below so that you can all show them some love. If you got any questions about this or anything else related to what's left of our Second Amendment rights, you guys should know how to get a hold of Washington Gun Law by now, but if you don't, that's okay. That information is down there in the description box. If you got an idea for a video that we should be doing around here, you click on that link right there and you tell us all about it. If you want to subscribe to the monthly newsletter, the ability to do that is down there in the description box. And then finally, and most importantly, let's everyone remember that part of being the lawful and responsible gun owner, like we talk about all the time here, is to know what the law is in every situation and how it applies to you in any instance that you may find yourself. Until next time, thanks for watching and stay safe.
Therein lies why we say in the legal defense sector that we are the most value-centered, cost-effective legal defense in the space, and we are. There's no question. Now, again, I've said before, we've got great competitors out there. They have outstanding products. We admire them. They pave the way for us. You know, we analyze the folks out there that are doing the same thing we're doing, and we took some great ideas from them, and we went down a path of believing that we were going to do it with a service aspect, a servant's heart, and we have again. Our number one goal has been to serve others first in a way that the industry hasn't seen.
Right to bear, that's right, legal protection for self-protection. Listen, good lawyers aren't cheap, cheap lawyers aren't good. You're not truly prepared unless you have right to bear back you. You will always get an attorney-answered hotline, so you will always have a confidential phone call. There are no cap limits for either civil or criminal defense. This covers all forms of self-defense. So from a fist to a firearm, from a fat lip to a dead body, you are covered, and you will have some of the nation's most passionate 2A attorneys in your corner fighting for you. And right now, if you visit my friends at protectwithbear.com and you use the promo code WGL, you will receive 10% off. Listen, you need to protect yourself so that you can protect them. Visit my good friends at protectwithbear.com.